Hello and welcome back to It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. You guys, I am here with the absolute CEO, brilliant genius. It's basically Elon Musk and Scott Williams in my brain. Like, as far as inventing goes, their contributions to the world. They're basically the guy that invented penicillin and Sockreligious. This is what's happening on the show. I have the guy who started Sockreligious. Does anybody understand how big this is? Like, Bruce Willis could be here and be like, I'm sorry, no, I'm talking to Scott Williams. Okay, do you understand how big of a deal this is? Sit down, Wesley Snipes. So I am excited to have the brilliant mind and the brilliant feet. Who saw that coming? Behind Sockreligious, the one and only Scott Williams. Scott, thank you so much for being here. Hi, friend.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. This is going to be a blast. I'm absolutely thrilled.
So here's my favorite story. I tell it all the time. Scott and I, in September of 2021, were in a group called Scent. It's a Scent Ventures Fellowship Program. Mm-hmm. And I'm a new Scent fellow. Scott, I think, probably invented it when he was inventing, papyrus and all the other things that he's given to the world. Because as far as Katie McGrady is concerned, the greatest contribution by the Catholic Church are Sockreligious socks. So it's basically the Summa and then your socks. Okay. That is, I just want you to know what a big deal you are in case you don't know you're the Beyonce of Catholicism. So anyway, we're at this thing and this amazing young gentleman taps me on the shoulder and says, "Are you Liv Harrison?" And I was like, "Dad?" Cause I was like, who would know my name? My husband wasn't there. I was like, who knows who I am? And then you continue to talk to me. And I was just like, so thrilled that you know knew who I was, because I have a pretend show in my garage. And as I look at you, you have on a shirt that says Sockreligious on it. And I was like, that's cute. Like, he really likes Sockreligious. Like, he gets it. Like, he likes the socks. And I'm like, oh, hey, do you know what Sockreligious is? And Scott was so kind. He was like, yeah, I own it.
Liked it so much about a shirt.
I love that story for so many reasons.
That's fantastic.
Scott, I have to say, I definitely fangirled when I met you, because then when I realized that you were the guy behind the feet, I told you immediately, well, now you're the person that will make me cool to my teenager, because he wears all of your socks. So I got to hear the story. Friend, how did this come to be? How were you sitting around one day in your Hanes socks and deciding...
Socks.
Just to clarify, it's not that late. And your Fruit of the Loom socks, and decide we need Jesus on a pair and Saint Therese. Like, how did that come to be?
Yeah, I mean, not your typical story. I'll take credit for that. But yeah, I was always I worked full time in Catholic youth ministry for about 10 years, and at that point, I was working at the diocese. I'd wear a shirt and tie to work most days. And the way for me to have fun, to express myself a little bit, was in my socks. So I'd wear like donut socks on National Donut Day, or I'd wear my American flag socks on the 4th of July. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun that like on the Feast of the Archangels, we could wear a St. Michael sock, or a way to celebrate the saints, or celebrate, actual fantastic holidays. Not to say that the 4th of July is not a great holiday. Independence Day is definitely good. But like these like National Donut Day and all these weird national holidays that exist. Well, what if there was a way that we could celebrate the saints in these socks? And at that time, nobody was doing it. It didn't exist. And I thought...
I was going to say, no one was doing that? Like, I feel like we're on Shark Tank right now.
Yeah.
And I need to know that you have a license. Like, what is it? Like, you have to like go get all the papers. Because I'm like, really?
Yeah,
nobody.
Nobody. I mean, like, we Googled it. There was a couple of like non-denominational type religious socks, but
Jesus on a cloud.
Yeah,
like, no, we don't want to do that.
But there was nothing like specifically Catholic, and I've always had kind of an entrepreneurial mind, and especially working full-time in ministry, I also knew that was not going to be the most profitable career in my life. And my wife and I were talking about kids and
this
family.
Is shocking.
And yeah, exactly. Breaking news on It's Not That Late with Liv.
Catholic youth ministry is not where the money is. Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Having your own show in a garage, this is it. So you let me know how that sock thing goes, Scott.
Yeah. So I mean, it just kind of started out as, well, what if we made some socks? That's just like the way my brain worked. Is I was always thinking of different fun ideas. There is a vault of terrible ideas that will never see the light of day, but this one was kind of a fun, goofy idea. And I know the Catholic demographic. I've worked in youth ministry for a long time, and it was about a month away from the National Catholic Youth Conference, and I was like, well, if there's a time to see if this thing has legs, this is the time to do it.
This is it.
At this point, my wife still kind of thought it was a bit of a joke, but we moved forward with it. We said, yeah, we took a little bit of a chance, ordered some from a sock manufacturer overseas, and they showed up, and we sold like a sock a minute. It turned out it was a thing, and we kind of just started growing after that.
How did you come up with the name Sock Religious?
So,
because I love it.
Yeah. It actually started out as holysocks.co was the first name of it. And there was a holysocks.com.uk or something like that. And people kept on going to the wrong website. So like there's this lady, this sweet old lady in the United Kingdom that kept on getting these emails about, where can I get my Pope Francis socks? And she was very confused. I got a very colorful, not color, it wasn't that bad.
Strongly worded?
Yeah.
Intentional?
Yeah, a very intentional email from her.
Intentional. She thought it through.
And at first I was like, she can't tell me what to do. But at the same time, I was like, well, I want people to find us, and the name's not that great to begin with. So we just started like racking our brains of what goes with socks and what domain names are available that can't be confused with anything
that
else.
No one in Great Britain has.
Yeah, exactly. So Sock Religious was born just because of the pun, which is everything else that has transpired since then is a weird, goofy pun about the Catholic.
I love it. I think it's so fantastic. So what are you at now? How many socks are we talking about? How many? I mean, I know Katie McGrady owns them all and my son. So you've got 2 clients. I'm guessing you have more than that.
Yeah, the 2 of you and my mom all buy the socks.
But how many socks? Yeah, how many? I don't know. There's a lot.
I think we're up to 57 unique designs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I just bought the whole Advent set with the candles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have like every Jesus. It's like Jesus from 0 to 3, Jesus from 4 to 6. I'm just kidding. Jesus on the Mount. But yeah, I have like every single, I'm not kidding, every sock. And some you do like really extra large, which my son really appreciates because he's got like a size 15. I'm not kidding.
Oh,
like
wow.
His foot is like ridiculous. So those are nice. So thank you for that. He has the liturgical, I think.
Yeah, there'll be very many more that'll come out for our big-feeted friends.
Big-feeted friends.
Yeah. Since we started doing in-house manufacturing, it's been a little bit easier for us to be able to, make a variation of size. We're starting to do like no-show socks now and things like that as well. So, yeah.
Look at you. I mean, this is kind of incredible. Can I ask this without going into the details? Yeah. Are you able to do this full time? Like, is this now you can now have all the Catholic babies you want because the Catholic Church is finally paying you?
No, I mean, it's very much a thing, more so than people realize. I mean, we manufacture them ourselves now. We have 19 employees, and
are you serious?
Yeah.
So no more overseas.
No,
right here in the US of A.
Like 20 feet from where I'm standing, socks are being made on machines.
So here's my dream, and I'm totally serious. And I think I said this to you in September. I really want to come up there, which I have all these friends in Indiana now, which I don't know why the good Lord has decided that. Indiana and Ohio. Isn't that funny? And I had been to neither in 2018, and now I go there every day, as one does during a pandemic.
Right.
Where can you visit? Indiana and Ohio.
Indiana.
It's safe. Anyway, I want to come and I'd love to do like a Mr. Rogers segment. You remember Mr. Rogers?
Oh yeah.
When he brought us into like the crayon factory, it was like the best episode of all.
Let's do it. It'll be like it'll be an adult Mr. Rogers. We'll walk around, have some beer, and we'll make some socks.
This is why we're best friends. And by that, I mean, I just made that. I declared it.
Done. Let it be known.
Like, interview's over. Here's what's also really fun. I just got back literally like not even a month ago from
Uh-huh.
Florida. And greatest thing happened. I'm in Florida. I'm at this, like, I can see your face. I'm at this
I think I
thing
know where
where,
you're
like,
going with this.
I think you know where I'm going with this. And there's all these ladies, a lot of girls. I was like, geez, this is a lot of women. And there's fancy food and all the stuff. And I'm in jeans. And like, I just did it like a show, like whatever. I was like, whatever. I show up and this beautiful, stunning woman comes up to me and says, "Are you Liv Harrison?" And I was like, "Oh God, I just want to be a normal person." Scott, I just want to be like everyone else.
Everybody's starstruck from
I
Indiana.
mean, geez, it's so no one understands how hard it is. And come to find out, it was your wife. So I love that you guys just gave me my dream of just pretending that I'm someone on the planet. But can I just say, and I mean this in the best way possible, she is the greatest. And I mean, I love you to pieces, but man, I'm glad you saved her for last because I am all about Elizabeth. She is just high five to you, friend. She
Thank you. Yeah, that's why I married her. She is the best.
she is the best. I just think it's great that I've gotten to go on 2 retreats with the Williams in less than 6 months. They
Yeah.
must have lost a bet
How
with their
many
guardian angels.
how many retreats do you go on?
Seriously, what is my problem? Like, I mean, why do priests keep making me like that's my penance and everyone else gets punished instead
Right.
of me? We don't think that's what penance is, everybody. Okay. Anyway, so Scott, when you decided to go into all this stuff, I got to ask,
Mhm.
what was the moment that you had to have quiet down in your life for you to know, no, this is it? Like on Shark Tank, when the people go all in, like they don't want to talk to the guy that's doing it on the side. It's the
Yeah.
side hustle. It's a cute, you got a grandma knitting in the back. When did you say we're in? This is
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I tried to do it as a side thing for as long as I could because honestly, like I loved what I was doing. I loved working in ministry. I loved working with
Mhm.
people that were doing good things and building up the church. And I don't know if you've ever done it before, but it's really difficult to leave something that you love.
Yeah.
But we got to the point where I mean, this was also this fun passion project that we built from scratch, and it was also doing really great things in the church, and we would still have the opportunity to volunteer and everything else. But yeah, I mean, it came to a point where it had grown enough that I was working in, waking up early, doing work in the business. At lunchtime, I was working in the business. And then at night, I was, surprise, surprise, working on the business, packing out orders, doing everything ourselves. And it just got to the point where it started to, dig into family time. It started to, deteriorate the things that we value more than anything else, and we had to make a decision as a family. Do we want to jump both feet into this wildly niche market of Catholic socks, or do we want to, I mean, at that point I had just finished a master's degree on a different career path for ministry. So like, I mean, this
What
was a
did you get
total
it in?
it was a master's in pastoral studies with a concentration in church management.
From where?
Loyola Chicago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I
I
feel like it's necessary. I mean, if this isn't pastoral ministry, I don't know what is. I mean,
Yeah,
this is
and
relational ministry at its finest.
it really is. And we've given ourselves the opportunity through products, through things for conversations to take place. And that's the like core mission of who we are as a company is starting conversations, because in ministry, we like one of the things that I realized working with teens at the youngest age all the way through, working with people that minister to people is that the most difficult stage I feel like in the evangelization process is just starting the conversation. Everything else is, witness, testimony, like there's a line of things that happen in the evangelization process, but actually starting the conversation is the most difficult part, in my opinion. So these
Yeah.
give us an opportunity to start a conversation.
No, it's so true. It's so funny. I've said, I think on the show before, on this show, I say that I'm the gateway drug to Catholicism. I'm, it's not that late. I'm the diet Dr. Pepper to like the other diet drinks. And I feel
Right.
like I feel like this is a natural partnership. It's same with you. You're not deep theology, Scott Hahn, Summa. This
No.
is Jesus rising on a sock.
Right.
But it's a conversation starter. It is.
Exactly.
It's a gateway. It really is. And it's like I think you're so onto something that we need more of these human touch points
Hmm.
in order. It's like Candyland in order to go to the next
Exactly.
spot. You know what I mean?
And that's
You and I
somebody
are,
else's problem. No.
yeah, somebody else's. Like, listen, that's why we have Fulton Sheen.
Right.
We all have our lane, Scott. We all have our lane. But I think you're right. I definitely think who would have thought with socks but God? God would be the only one that could come up with this
Right.
brilliant plan of how he's going to evangelize in the modern world with a guy from Indiana.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we had a fun, goofy idea, but time and time again we look at it and it's been blessed over and over again. It's like it's something that is good. Like
It is.
and we have people that don't like it, quite frankly, and that's okay. But it's not for everybody. We know that, but it is for some people, and
I have
that's
no idea
okay.
what that's like to not be for everyone.
Right.
Please tell me more.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, I've had to have this conversation over and over again with like people that own gift shops. Like you walk into
Yeah.
a gift shop and you see the same thing over and over again. You see statues, you see rosaries, you see medals, you see books,
Mhm.
you see all those
Mhm.
things are great. And but our socks sell because they're different, unique, they're fun, they're a gift item, and
Yes.
and like we have to convince people that these will sell in your shop if you allow it to it, and you
Yeah.
as an owner don't have to like it to sell it, and that's okay because they're not for everybody.
Do you get a lot of pushback on reverence? If it's like spiritual enough, Catholic enough, is if it's okay, like, to have Mary floating on your shin? Like, is that, do people come at you for that?
Yeah, I mean, you should see some of the Facebook comments sometimes, but I mean, by and far, like we try not to let the negative comments
Good.
outweigh and drown out all like the tenfold positive comments that we get. And I think along with anything, the intention of the creator, like the people that are actually creating the designs, us creating like our graphic design team, us as manufacturers, the intent is not to be irreverent. The intent
Right.
of the thing that we are creating is to bring attention, to bring conversation, to bring glory to God, not to diminish or try to be irreverent to God. That's not the point. Some people will, say like, well, how could you put them on your feet? I was like, well, we're whatever. I don't know.
He made them. I mean, he made
Right,
our feet.
exactly.
So,
But we are like intentional about like certain things. Like we try to be specific about not putting things on the bottom of the sock. So like our Mary socks, for example, we have the serpent on the bottom, and like it's like you are helping Mary stomp the head of the certain serpent.
I love that.
But other ones, like we try not to put sacred scripture on the bottom so that
Right.
people don't think that there's a reverence there or think, I don't know.
Sure. So I want to hear, what is an idea that you wanted to come to fruition as a sock, but you were shot down?
Oh.
Is there one? And then I want to ask you, what would Jesus wear if he were here? Which socks would he choose? I think those are both really good questions. I want to know what hasn't made it to the assembly line, and what would Jesus wear? Which one would he choose?
Honestly, I think that this idea is both. Like, and I can't remember if it was my idea or Elizabeth's idea, but
We'll say you, because we like Elizabeth. I'm just
yeah.
I'm kidding. Hi, Elizabeth.
But to make like a sock that also has, to make it look like a foot with Jesus sandals, so like so that the
Yes.
So it would be. She's saying it's not her.
Wait, is she there?
Yeah, she's here.
Tell her to hop on. She's like, nope.
No,
I'm good.
Yeah, but then it's like, how realistic do we go with the feet? Or I don't know. We had a long conversation about how that would work.
I
We
kind
decided
of
not to do
love
it.
it.
Yeah.
You don't think the college kids would lose their mind? Like, come on, that would be huge, because you've seen those beer belly, like, what am I doing right now? This is like what is that? Like a fanny pack? Have you seen those like on
No.
Facebook and stuff? So you know what a fanny pack is? Like, I know you're
I do.
12, but anyway, the
I know
rest
what
of us,
I know what a fanny pack is.
y'all need those, by the way. We need sock religion. Maybe you have them. I don't know. And you're welcome. I take 10%. I'm just kidding.
Catholic fanny packs, right?
The
she's
kids
like, yes.
love fanny packs. It's a thing, but they have them and it looks like a beer gut. Like it's got a belly button and it looks like whatever, so that you could put it on and it looks like that's what you're wearing. And it's just a novelty item. You know what I mean? Obviously. But I'm saying, I think you got something there, Scott. I think they don't see your brilliance. And I do agree
There we
that
go.
is what Jesus would wear.
I think so. I think it answers both the questions quite well.
I absolutely love it. So I want to know, what is the top selling sock? Do you happen to know what it is? What is the number one, like at Disney, their number one item is their poncho. I don't know if you
Yep.
know that, but that is the number one
I-
Disney item. What
I
is your
didn't know
poncho?
that. I know a lot of Disney facts, but that one I did not know.
That's their number one selling item, which, by the way, that would be great. Stock religious ponchos.
Sacrilegious ponchos. Write that down.
Who is the saint of weather?
I don't know.
We're
My
gonna
wife.
find out.
Okay, so number one selling sock
Yeah.
is last year was Saint Joseph, but it was also the year
Oh,
of Saint Joseph.
yeah,
So I don't know if
that's smart.
that was a.
Did you call the Vatican?
played
You're
into
like,
it.
listen, we got a lot in the warehouse.
We
You
have
guys
a
can
lot
make
of
this
extra
happen.
Saint Anthony socks. If you can make this year of Saint Anthony, that would be great. And then we'd lose them. But no. Yeah, so Saint Joseph, Saint Michael, Saint Therese of Lisieux. Those
All the
are our
popular
top-
kids.
Yeah, those are the top three, I would say.
No, that's great. We'll have to. Yeah, this should totally be a social experiment. We should see if we could like pack the polls and see if we could start sending subliminal messages like Saint Bosco, and see anybody starts Saint Stephen. I don't know, but they're so great. My kids actually really and honestly, they love them and they wear them. And what's so cool that you've done is it really is a conversation starter. And we travel a lot. And so my kids wear them all the time. And I'm not just saying that. Like I didn't even know who you were. Obviously, I'm a big deal, Scott. Okay. I don't have time. So not. And people will stop them. They will stop the kids and say, "Where'd you get those socks?" or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think it's really fantastic. So, is there a place where people can submit ideas? That is one last question I wanted to ask you before I let you go.
There's a place on our website. We call it the idea box, and I think it's like on our frequently asked questions page, but there's a little form that people can fill out, and we kind of tally the responses every once in a while and see what's really out there that people want.
That's a good idea. I love it. You're like Lay's potato chips. Okay, you guys, don't go anywhere. Scott, stay right there because you and I are going to play a game when we get back. You are all tuned into It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison.